Good evening. This is Anthony Castaneda and Scott Colvin from FIPT 103, and we are doing a presentation on the Beverly Hills Supper Club fire. This fire was the third deadliest fire in United States history. It was located in Southgate, Kentucky, and the fire occurred on May 28, 1977. The sequence of key events are as follows. At 8 p.m., patrons in the Zebra Room complained about heat behind the walls and the thin plywood paneling as the wiring smoldered. At about 8:50 p.m., Eileen Druckman, a reservationist, spots smoke under the door, opens it as smoke billows out. Minutes later, a flashover occurs as all chairs, paneling, ceiling, and carpeting ignite at the same time. At 9 p.m., fire breaks through the double doors, spreading up the spiral stairs, blocking off the stairwell. At the same time, the fire ignites the carpet and the hardwood wall paneling in the main north-south corridor to the cabaret room. Between 9:02 and 9:05 p.m., busboy Walter Bailey, after seeing smoke creeping from under the Zebra Room door, runs into the main bar and tells people to leave. He then runs down the corridor to the cabaret room. The cabaret room was completely packed in over capacity, so smoke and toxic gases race down the corridor. And energy from the Zebra Room fire feeds the corridor fire, building in intensity. Smoke, gases, and fire move toward the garden room and the cabaret room. Between 9:07 and 9:08 p.m., on his way to the cabaret room, Bailey tells people in the hallway to exit through the garden room, down the hall. He enters the cabaret room, gets up on stage, interrupts a comedian that was during his act in progress, and tells the crowd and employees to evacuate the building. At 9:11, smoke fills the cabaret room like a swimming pool being filled with water, according to certain witnesses. Carbon monoxide gas follows. Fire bursts in the room and completely engulfs the cabaret room. Majority of the victims were located in the cabaret room. You look at the schematic on the sheet, you see that most bodies, 99 bodies in total, were found near Exit A, as well as 12 bodies located behind the bar. Exit B contained the rest of the bodies in the cabaret room. So, body count minute by minute. 9:30 to 10 p.m., rescuers began carrying first bodies out the lawn near the wedding chapel. Unofficial count, 50. By 10:30, unofficial count, 100. Sunday, 12:10 a.m., Southgate Fire Chief Dick Risenberg says 120 are confirmed dead. By 2 a.m., 70 ambulances, trucks, and police vans line up to carry bodies in makeshift morgue at the Fort Thomas Armory. The official count at this time was 130. By 11 a.m. Sunday, Governor Carroll announces 14 more bodies have been found. Official count at this time, 144. By 12:15 p.m., 8 more bodies are found, which brings the unofficial count to 152. At 4 p.m., 7 more bodies have been discovered. As heavy rain sweep the disaster site, official count is now at 159. And by 9:25 p.m., 1 man dies en route to the hospital, bringing the official count to 160. So although 162 bodies were found at the scene, 3 people died in the hospital later, which brings the final count to 165. As I said, majority of the perished in the cabaret room. The cabaret room totaled 1,200 guests, which is 300 over the club's legal capacity. The main cause for that many deaths was tables and chairs obstructed doorways and exits as panic ensued. Inadequate amount of exits, only 17 exits total, or in that building when Kentucky law required at least 27.5. The cause of the fire, which was later discovered to be faulty wiring, is what caused the fire in the Zebra Room. One of the main problems is no no installation of sprinkler systems or fire detection devices, and lack of firewalls, which allowed immediate spread of fire throughout the building. Besides the 165 patrons that perished, there were over 200 non-fatal injuries. At least 50 of the 165 dead were local to the community, which impacted the community greatly. Interesting facts. So before this fire in 1977, in 1970, there was another fire that completely destroyed the structure. And when it was rebuilt double in its size, but they still failed to install a fire sprinkler system and detection device. There was speculation that the mafia actually started the fire as retaliation to the club owner for not selling his club to them in the first place. And to this date, it is a known historical marker and remains undeveloped to commemorate the fire and its victims.